Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all having a wonderful day, and as you have probably already guessed, this video is just basically me attempting and failing miserably at doing the 100 heads challenge. But before anything, you might ask, what is this 100 heads challenge? And well, the idea of this challenge is quite simple. It consists on drawing 100 heads, either from a reference or from your imagination. And this challenge was first created by the artist Ahmed Al-Douri. The goal of this challenge is not to draw 100 perfect faces, but rather to draw consistently, which is the thing that is going to help you improve your skills. So here you can see me drawing my first portrait, and by the way, all the reference pictures are like from Pinterest. I just typed in 100 heads challenge and like reference, and there's like a lot of pictures that came up, and I just kind of chose my favorite ones and drew them basically. And so here you can see me drawing with charcoal pencils, and by the way, it's like my first time trying charcoal pencils. I just kind of bought a set. Well, not a set, like there's like 3 pencils. I just bought like 3 charcoal pencils. There's like S, M, and H, I think. And I don't really know the difference between them because I didn't like really notice anything. Like I didn't kind of like notice that like there's one that is really dark, and like they're not like the graphite, you know, like with the graphite you have the 2B, 3B, 4B, and it gets darker. With these ones, actually, I don't know, because I feel like you can get the same values with either one of these pencils, which is great, but in the meantime I'm like, well then what is the difference between them, you know? What I did notice though, for like a first timer, like drawing with charcoals, was that like you can get really dark values, which is a great thing. Not like with the graphite. Even if you like compare the darkest graphite with the lightest charcoal, the charcoal is like always going to be darker, which is good, because that is something I struggle with, kind of like with the graphite pencils, like in like my portrait when I draw them with graphite. Is just I can't quite get the really dark values, and it's sometimes like upsetting, because there's like, you know, like the dark values for me are like what brings a drawing to life, and you can't quite get that with the graphite pencils. And the second thing is they don't shine, like they don't reflect light, which is a great thing, again, because like when I draw with graphite pencils and I want to like film the drawing process, or like just uh take a picture of the final piece, there's like, you just always have to put the light in a certain way so that the drawing kind of looks good and the light doesn't shine and all that. And like with these pencils you don't have that problem, because whenever, like wherever you put the light is not gonna it's not like gonna be reflected on the drawing, and so your drawing is always gonna look good, like however you put, like whichever angle you choose to draw, to kind of like to film it from, or take a picture of it. Like you can choose whatever angle and the drawing is still gonna look good. So these were like kind of the good things about charcoal pencils. Now onto the not so good things about charcoal pencils. The tip of the pencil doesn't get really sharp. Like when you try to sharpen them, it just doesn't really get sharp. And which is like something like, it's not that bad honestly, but like you can't really get the really small details, because for me personally I like to draw the little details, and I feel like, especially when I'm drawing like free-handed and not like with the grid method, I like to draw like all the small details, because that is what like makes the drawing pop out and like come to life kind of. And with these charcoal pencils, I couldn't quite do that because the tip doesn't really get small enough so that I can draw the details. And the second not so great thing was that, like, when I tried to sharpen them, they easily break. Not only when I try to sharpen them, but also when I try to like draw. If I press too hard on the pencil, like the tip is just automatically gonna break. So like that was kind of the second thing that was not really great. Like the tip is easily breakable. Here you can see me on like the second page of this spread of my sketchbook, kind of switching back to graphite pencils because I was like the charcoal pencils kind of made me like feel like I couldn't draw anymore. So I was like, yeah, let me switch back to graphite. And right away you can see that the drawings kind of get better. Like they don't really get amazing or like that, like they're not really perfect or anything, but they're just better. You can see like that in like proportion wise, and maybe not likeness, like the likeness is still not quite there, but like I don't know, in like the proportions and all that. I think that with the graphites I did a better job, and honestly, like when I did this challenge, what I wanted to do was kind of like improve my likeness because I feel like when I draw with the grid method, like the likeness is not always there, but like you can see who I'm drawing. But like I wanted to improve my likeness also with the freehand drawing, because right now I'm like trying just like freehandedly and just kind of seeing the reference picture and kind of like using some little guidelines, but like there is no grid, and so that kind of pushes you to like kind of see where are like the most important features and the most like important shapes that makes the face look like the person you're trying to draw. And so that is something I kind of struggle with, you know what I mean? I don't know if this sentence made any sense, but yeah. And here in this specific portrait, I really struggled not only with the face but with the pose, because I don't know if you can see the reference picture, but I'm gonna try to like put it on the screen so you can see it better. But like the reference is just really like the guy is kind of looking up, so his body is just squished out and his face is kind of really big compared to his body, and that just looks weird. Like I wanted to draw that face because of the posture, but like when I actually like drew it, it just looked weird. And I don't know, I tried to put like the little legs and like the little feet, but it still didn't look great. And this one is the last portrait I kind of filmed the process of doing. And finally, here is like an overall look of all the little miniature portraits that I did. These are like with the charcoal pencils. I did 5 with the charcoal pencils, and then I just gave up with the charcoal because it made me feel like I did not know how to draw anymore. And on the second page of the spread, I just switched back to graphite pencils, and I did, I think, 9. Yeah, I added like a lot. I added like 5, I think, portraits out of camera. This one right here was really good. I loved it. So overall, I did like 15 portrait, which is bad actually. It's quite bad. I have no commitment. I'm definitely a mood artist. So anyway, this is the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed. And if you did, don't forget to check out maybe like my other videos. Anyway, bye bye.